Hello everyone, in this demo I will show you how to work with courses and classes in LS Activity. The difference between course and a class is that a course has a group of participants for example, number of sessions, the same group of participants. And you might need to schedule several things like equipment, room, resources, specifically for a particular course. A class is more something ongoing that's scheduled maybe on certain intervals, certain days, always the same room and same resources maybe handling the class, and each session has different group of participants. Let's start with just going through from the role center how you book these two products or make reservations. So if you take a look first the courses. So a course I have set up here, advanced photo course, which is taking number of participants, and we can when you create a product like this, you define then the resources required. In this case, we for courses we just have a resource, in this case called resource course schedule, and this resource is gonna only keep track of when the course is going to be held and the capacity or the number of participants that can be allowed in each session. And when we set up a product like that, we can then use what we call product schedule here to simply set up the schedule of the courses. So basically the day and time the first session of the course will be starting. So in this case I'm going to add a new course for this location on the 20th of June, and it's going to start at 9 o'clock, and we're going to have 30 people. Allowance for 30 people or capacity of 30 people for that particular course sessions. So with courses, what you need to do is actually create a reservation for this date and this time to act like a container or around the participants for that particular course. So if we take a look again, we have this course starting on 20th of June, 9 o'clock. So I'm going to create a reservation to keep track of this particular course. So we create a new reservation. It's courses, and it's going to be the advanced photo course on 20th of June. So 20th of June and 9 o'clock. So basically when you create this container for that course, you just have to set up the start date and the time of the first session. Then the reason creating this reservation as a container is that from here we can click on the schedule button and we can set the sessions. Session 1, let's say there are 3 sessions going on for this particular course, so you create those sessions for each day and time. So here we created these sessions. This is a course that consists of 3 sessions on the 20th, 21st and 22nd. On each of these days, then I can have, if you look at the lower section here on the screen, we have resource reservation schedule. So basically what we're doing, that for each session here we might need to reserve a resource that might be the meeting room or the event room to have the course and the resources, the trainer, the equipment, etc. Just to give you an idea, I'm gonna reserve an event room. That is going to be the room for keeping track for these courses, and I would then have to reserve it for each of these days. I'm just going to reserve it here just for for the first session. So now I reserved this event room from 9 to 1 o'clock p.m. or 13 military hours on the 20th. So I could do this for each session day, and of course reserve any other resources needed. So now we have this basically the container for the course, and since it's gonna go green light and we're gonna confirm it, and now this container, so to speak, is ready to take participants. If we go now to the booking process, just look at how we book participant to this course. So you see now we have on the availability the 20th of June, which is Wednesday, 9 a.m. Here we have 30 seats available according to the product schedule for this particular product, and so we have full availability, and we can just start to book participants. So I'm gonna hit new activity, that's basically new appointment. Paul is gonna join this course, and see here when I created this appointment, it basically opened up this reservation and added Paul as a participant. So just to have a quick look at the quick schedule here, so you can see this is the reservation which I created as a container for this particular course. So you see that Paul Thompson here was added to this particular reservation. So oops, no, we want to stay there. So now we have 29 available seats in this particular course. So if we add another one, let's say Sabina is gonna join, and as you can see, Sabina is also joining to the same course, and so she's added to this particular reservation. So if we hit OK, she's going to be confirmed, and now we have 2 participants, and this was actually the confirmation email that was popping up here. So if we take a look at the reservation, we just go to reservations, and we open up the first one, which is here, the advanced photo course. We just open up that one, and you can see we will have Sabina and Paul here as participants. So here you have in one reservation all the participants in this particular course. You have the course schedule, where you can actually assign resources needed to have this course up and running, and then you can start to take payments to these from these participants, and keep track of who has paid and who hasn't. So just refresh. So on the products, you set up on the advanced photo corner product, you set up the product schedule, and then in the case of courses, you need to create a course or reservation container for that particular day and time to act as a container for the reservation, or for the course, sorry. Classes is nearly the same. The only difference between class and the course is that when we have a product like this yoga ongoing class, it's a class that is on every Monday and Wednesday 10 o'clock, and we have here the availability for each session. So if we take a look at the product, in this case the yoga ongoing class, so the only difference between that product and the course product is this setting here. It's a class and not a course. And otherwise we have a product schedule here, Monday and Wednesday is 10 o'clock, and we have the capacity here. And then on the lower section of the screen, as you can see here, we can reserve the resources needed for these sessions. So that might be the trainer, that might be the room, event room in this case. So we can reserve all the resources for this product just here from the product card. So now from now on, this class will be on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we can then define the resources that are needed. On the settings on the resources, so I can have a general setting here like Monday and Wednesdays, But for example, here on the 2nd of May, then I needed a replacement trainer for Linda because she was going to have vacation. So I can, on specific date, replace a resource with for example, if it was a different room or a different trainer just for this particular day. So then the process is exactly the same. So I'm gonna add someone to a yoga class on the 16th of July. We hit new activity. We book here Max Baker. He's going to yoga class, and in this case, we are just seeing this particular appointment, and we just hit OK. And now we can see that we have we only have 19 seats left of the 20 available for this particular course. What happened in the background, if we take a look at the reservations, just to see what happened in the background. So we have a new reservation here called yoga class, and that is the Max Baker. That's the last reservation I made to this as a participant to this particular class. So it created this reservation. And take a notice when we add another participant to this same class. Let's do that now. Go back to the role center, select yoga ongoing class, and we want to assign someone to the same class on Monday, 16th of July. So we just hit new activity and add, let's say, edit to this yoga class, and hit OK. Confirm the appointment. So now we have 2 participants for this particular yoga class. So if we go back to reservations now and see the yoga classes here, then we would see that we have added to the same reservation, which is now the container for this class on the 16th of July, 10 o'clock. So the system will just automatically add the next participants and keep track of availability for this particular class. So like I said, to remind you, before courses, then you have to create the reservation and kind of set the schedule for the course. With classes, it's just automatic. Each class will be created as a reservation automatically. So this concludes how we work with courses and classes in LS Activity. Thank you.